Hi guys, I'm Tony Alden, and today we are going to see how to get the most of the command query replace. But before we start, if you get some value from this video, give it the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So the command query replace allows to replace occurrences of a string in the buffer with another string. Let's see how it works in the simple case. So we call the command and we insert foo, that is the string we want to replace. We hit return, we want to replace it with bar. We now hit return and all the occurrences of foo case insensitive are matches and we can replace them with bar. So let's press space to replace the first one. Let's say we don't want to replace the foo uppercase, so we press N, and now we can press Q or red to stop the replacement. So we do that and we have replaced only the first match. So there are two variables that we are going to look at right now because the influence the case sensitive or insensitive of the matches. So they are called search upcase and case fault search. So we can read the part of the help buffer of query replace that is here. So here, so we read it and then we are going to modify the variable and to see exactly what does that mean. So matches is independent of case if both case fault search and search upcase are non-nil and from string has no uppercase letter. If search upcase is nil, then whether matches ignores case depend on case fault search. So blah 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 blah. So let's see what does that mean. So search upcase is by default set to not Young's. So this is a special case that is here. We can read it that says that if this value is not Young's, text young kids don't copied into the search string in the MIDI buffer when we use iSearch mode is always don't case. So we have also case fault search that is its value is true and non-nil if search and matches should ignore case. So what does that mean? The young, not youngs. So here we copy foo and we start an iSearch and look at if we passed in the mini buffer in the echo area, you see the foo that have been don't case. Then this is what that means. But this work only if case fault search is set to true. So let's look at this one. If we give it the value nil, now we do the same. We copy foo, we start iSearch, and we passed it, and this hasn't changed. So the two variables works together to give the user experience we have with iSearch query replace and I think also query replace regular expression. So go back to our case. Let's say that this one we put it to the value nil. No, we still have the default value. Let's see if this is still the default value. So we let this, but now case for ignores this case. So we still keep it with true that are the default value, and now we do again the query replace, the command that we are looking at today, and remember, if we passed foo and bar but foo don't case, it match everything. Okay, it ignore the case. But We do it again. If we pass one, if there is in the string one upcase at any place, it will want to match exactly the string. So if we pass foo with one upcase, two downcase, we replace with bar, you see replace 0 occurrences because we haven't matched nothing right now. But we do it again, and now if we do foo all upcase, this will works. So it will match only this one. Another thing we can do is say if non-nil upcase char disable scale for search. So we can pass it nil, and now if we pass this one also nil, and we try to look for foo, this one, all downcase, and we want to replace it with bar, it will just match the two foo that doesn't contain any upcase. Okay, so this was for those variables. You can play with it if you want or not. But if something doesn't seem natural in the match sheet, it might come from one of those variables. So there is you can try them and change as you want. So we give them back the default value that are absolute, that are fine in most of the cases. So now what we can do, we've seen how to change the behavior of controlling the case of the matches. We've seen a simple case of a replacement with space n or return q to end the replacement, and we are going to see more advanced, if we can say, way of interacting when we are replacing the occurrences. So to do that, we do it again. We still go for foo and bar, and we place return. And you can see at the bottom that we can press the question mark to get the help. So we are going to press this. We quit because we don't want to. We want to look at this help buffer. So here you can see this is the keystrokes that we can use when we are replacing. So all those things that are here. So if we tap space and Y to replace the match, this will replace the match. N to skip, so you see it. So if you want to see what are all the possibilities in query replace when we are replacing, you can just press question mark and test it. Now we are going to see this one, comma to replace but not move the point immediately. This one, Control R to enter a recursive edit and Control Meta C to get out again. And I think that this one is to edit the replacement string. So maybe we can start with the edit of the replacement string. So let's say you remember we wanted to replace foo with bar. Okay, so we can directly press return, and we are there, and say, okay, this is fine, but I changed my mind, and I want to replace with baz. So what we can do is to edit. So we press E, and now we can see we have in the echo area, in the mini buffer, we can change with whatever we want. So we are going to write baz with the at the end. We press return, and this has replaced the thing. we skip this one and maybe we do it for the last one. Okay, so with pressing E when we are changing occurring things, allow to change the replacement string. Okay, fine, we undo the changing. Now let's do something else. So we are going to look at the recursive edit. So let's say we call it again. We want to replace foo with bar, so we can just press return to use the last one, and we don't change the first one. We go to the second one, so we can press N to skip the first one, and now we are in the docstring of the function. Maybe we don't want to change this one, but we want to edit something around it. So we can do that. We press Ctrl R, and now we can do whatever we want. We are no longer in the edit, in the replacement of query replace, but we can press everything. Maybe we want if not equal to blah blah blah. We can do things. We also can go somewhere else. We don't have to stay on the matches that are highlighted. Maybe we can write some no, not this, but foo bars, something like that. And now we want to go back to the replacement because we want to change the last foo. So now we can do Control Meta C, and we are back in the matches we were. We skip it with N. We are at the last, and we want to change the last. So let's press space. So this is for the recursive edit. So we can enter in the recursive edit. We do some changes. We go back with Control Meta C, and we can follow the changes that we were doing in the buffer. So maybe we undo everything we did right now to go back to the same states that we were. Okay, so last thing, no, there's two things that we have to do before wrapping up this video. And one is to use the comma when we are replacing. So you can see at the top that here, comma to replace, but not move the point immediately. So you've seen that when we press space and we change the occurrence, we go to the next one. But maybe we want to change the match, and we want to do something else to see the change in. Maybe just that. It can be one use case, or maybe we want also to change it and enter in a recursive edit. So let's go with that. So it can be something like that. So we call it foobar. Now, okay, so instead of doing N or space, we do comma. And you see, we've changed foo to bar, and we are still there. And now we can continue. So let's continue. We continue. We go to this one, but we can also, we are going to do it again. Comma, we are here, and we can enter in a recursive edit. We can maybe call it, we add it to dash, and we go back to the query replacement, and we terminate. Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to show you. The last one is all the keystrokes that we use, that we've seen in this help buffer. So you see the E, U, type space, all those keystrokes available the key binding available when we are doing the replacement are defined in the query replace map. So we can look at it. So this is key map of responses to questions posed by command like query replace. Okay, so something to note is that the binding in this map are not commands. They are answers. That means that don't try to add your own command in that key map because you want to do some of the things, because it won't work. The only valid answer include act, skipped, act and show, act and exist, and they correspond, and we can see there that in the key map that they correspond to the we lose. So we go back here. We go back in the search a moment just to look there. So they correspond to the name of the command that are bind to those key bindings. So if you want to know those names, to have those names, and because you know the key bindings, because you've learned the key binding, but you don't know the name here, the name of the responses. Okay, so one thing that can be done is to go in directly in the file replace in the Emacs repository, and here we have the definition of the key map. Okay, so we have everything. So you can see all the things that are defined here. We can go back here. We have the E upcase that was edit replacement that we used before to edit the replacement string. So maybe let's say that we don't like the E and we want to use a slash. We just copy this. We go back to our file not.l. We pass it, and here we change for slash. Here we are a consensus, and we don't leave map, but the name of the map that we want to make the binding effective. We passed it. Now, so we passed it to this symbol edit replacement that is not a command, but is a response. Okay, so we evaluate this binding. So we have this bind in that key map, and now we can use it. So let's do it, see if it works. Foo bar, we replace okay, yes, because we no longer have. Let's put this up to have. So we do it again. Replace foo bar using query replace. We press return. We have this, and we want to change the replacement string with base. And to do that, we are going to enter in the edit replacement, and we are using the slash that with bind. Sorry, we don't see the slash in the occurring in the mod line, but or you can try by yourself on your computer, which is the better way to verify, or you can trust me that I really use the slash right now. So we can change it with bad as we did before, and we have it, and we quit because we've seen everything that we wanted to see today. I really hope that this video helps you grasp a better understanding of query replace, on how you can use it, and also how you can find the information that you might need. So have a nice day, and see you next time.